Welcome to the Last Take Podcast. I am your host, Dustin, whatever you want to call me. On our list today, we got the Packers, Patriots game, NFL rankings, Floyd Mayweather making some news, college football, and the rankings and college basketball is finally back. First off, Packers versus Patriots. Patriots win 31 to 17. Brady was 22 for 35 for 294 yards, 1 TD, and 99 rating. Rodgers on the other side of the field, 24 for 43, 259 yards, 2 touchdowns, 89.2 rating. Both quarterbacks had bad throws. Both had some good throws. More probably bad throws than good throws for both quarterbacks. You see, Tom Brady was at one point missed 7 completions in a row. Rodgers also some easy passes, just short armed it, threw it in the dirt. Uh, so it wasn't really Brady versus Rodgers. Both are top two quarterbacks in the NFL right now and all together. Some people say Brady's the GOAT. Some people Rodgers. More depends where you live. That's not what we're going to discuss here. Both are great. Doesn't matter. Um, Brady has more championships. He has 5. Rodgers 1. Rodgers more talented, more athletic quarterback. What I did know is it's kind of Rodgers versus McCarthy. McCarthy some bad play calling. Rodgers seems like he's frustrated with McCarthy. We've seen this in the past. McCarthy is on the hot seat this year, uh, rumored to be getting a boot after this year. We'll have to see how the Packers do, how they finish. But Rodgers is definitely upset with him. Uh, who knows who they'll bring in as a coach? You need a good coach that can work with Rodgers. Rodgers is a tough guy to work with as a quarterback and a team player, so we'll have to see what goes on there. But Brady takes this one. I believe Brady versus Rodgers, it's 1-1. Each have a game, one. But Brady and the Patriots take this one. Also, a big X factor, James White from Wisconsin. 2 TDs, 103 total yards. Had himself a game. Good to see him doing well. Good to see him getting a lot of playing time. Next on the list is the NFL rankings. This kind of ties in with the Packers and Patriots. They on our website they officially come out tomorrow. That's because we still have a Monday night game. You do know there is going to be some changes. The Rams finally lost to the Saints. Saints won by 10 points, 45-35. Chiefs won, Chargers won, Patriots won. So not a lot's going to change in the top five. I don't do the rankings, but I think you will see Saints 1, Rams 2, Patriots 3, and Chiefs Chargers 4 and 5. Packers were 16 coming into this week. They just lost to the number 1 team. And the Rams last week, they lost to number 2 this week. Tough schedule to play these past 2 weeks. I don't think you're going to see them slide too much. I think you'll see them in that 16 area. Before this week, they lost to the Rams, won from 13 to 16. I think you see them in that 16-17 area. Texans won, so that could, they'll probably jump ahead of the Packers. Tonight, you got the Cowboys, Titans. Both are 3-3. Our rankings show Cowboys 14, Titans 20. I do like the Cowboys in this game. I picked them. I have a pick six league. I picked the Cowboys. I believe everybody in the league picked the Cowboys. No love to the Titans. Uh, but I think the Cowboys, they just picked up Amari Cooper. I think that will open the field up for Dak and Zeke. Teams cannot load the box like they have been. Just basically telling Dak, throw ball, we're not going to give Zeke any yards. I think they'll open up. Now you have 2 good wide receivers that, especially in Cooper, can spread that field and also open the top of the field up with a deep ball. I also like the defense of the Cowboys, especially the defensive line, some of those linebackers. I think Cowboys will win this. I'm sticking with the Cowboys like I picked. Next is Floyd Mayweather. He broke out the silence. He's been rumoring to fight Habib, Conor again. some of those guys in the MMA. That was all going to be boxing though. He is going to make his MMA debut on December 31st in Japan. He will face the Rizin and Japan's top kickboxer. He made this news broke last night. Kind of shocked a lot of people. The rule set has not been determined yet. That's coming out in the next couple of weeks. Uh, I think there will be some changes. I don't think they're gonna let a top kickboxer in Japan just basically kick Floyd's head off. I think there will be some rules change it in some way. I don't know how that will work out. And people are wondering why Floyd didn't go to the UFC and fight somebody. There, you know, people wanted Floyd to go into the octagon and fight Conor. That was never going to happen. And why that was never going to happen was when you fight in the U.S., which is also surprising. Floyd has always fought in like Nevada, Las Vegas. He wouldn't even think about going overseas and fighting in like Japan or something. Well, I guess times change. I wonder what the money's like in this. I'm still wondering what's like the motive behind this for Floyd. But he wouldn't fight in the UFC. Nevada, when you fight like in Las Vegas or any state, you have to basically get a license and permission to fight. You can't just. You're not gonna let Conor McGregor fight me or a random person that has nothing or no knowledge with MMA. So, you know, it wasn't gonna happen. I don't think the UFC would let it happen, even though it would bring in a ton of money. Not as much as I would think a boxing event would. Floyd does bring money in. Conor brings money in. It just wasn't gonna happen. So Floyd goes over to Japan. Gotta be getting some kind of big paycheck, I would think. I don't. He keeps coming out of retirement for the money. I don't know if he's spending all of it. I don't know what's going on, but he's always got big paychecks. I don't see why he would come out of retirement for a small paycheck. There's got to be some big paycheck with this Rizin fight. That would happen on December 31st in Japan. More news will come out. We'll have it on Twitter when it does, and our website. Make sure you check that out. Next, college football rankings. It was a good week. We saw some upsets. We saw some good games. Alabama LSU was supposed to be the best game on Saturday. It was prime time Saturday night in or at LSU. Alabama came in, beat them. I picked Alabama to win. A lot of people in my league picked them to win. I thought it was going to be a lot closer game. I think a lot of people did. It was 29 to nothing. Alabama does not let LSU score. LSU was the third ranked team, but everybody thought, I believe the spread before the game was 15.5 points in favor of Alabama. I thought it would be right around that spread area, if not below that. Closer game. Well, Alabama came out. They said they had something to prove. Everybody's talking about how they didn't have a tough schedule up to this point. Maybe they shouldn't be ranked number one. Well, they proved it. They beat number 3 LSU. Did not let them score. Uh, so they're definitely number one as you look at the rankings. Alabama 1, Clemson 2, Notre Dame 3, Michigan 4, Georgia 5, Oklahoma 6, 7 West Virginia, 8 Ohio State, 9 LSU, 10 Washington State. Those are the AP rankings. The college football playoff rankings come out tomorrow, Tuesday on ESPN. They'll show it live. So it's kind of weird. These rankings will change as the college football committee puts their opinions in their rankings. So these rankings will stay for 1-2 days, whatever it is. But Alabama will stay there. Clemson probably has the best chance to beat Alabama out of all these teams in the top 25. Some of these teams, I don't get why they're in there. Syracuse, Utah State, Fresno State, Boston College. Boston College still has a play, I think, next week at Clemson, so they'll lose. Syracuse will be playing at, or no, they have Notre Dame at home. which helps them, but they'll still lose to Notre Dame, so they'll fall. A lot of people talking UCF. They're ranked 11th. They've basically been around that 11, 12, sometimes 10 area all year. People say they're not getting the respect. They did that whole national championship last year because they went undefeated on that. Blah blah blah. Jay Bills, who's a college basketball guy, is tweeting out every week. USC not getting respect. Every game is supposed to matter. College basketball, every game matters. I think he's wrong. I mean, college football, I think every game matters, and UCF has not played anybody. You played Temple last week and almost lost. Like, really? I mean, for the most part, 20 of the top 25 teams, I would say. Pick a Big Ten team to play at the start of the year. Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin, even Iowa. Play one of those teams at the start of the season, get a little something on, or play like a Alabama. I know you won't play Alabama because you'll get fucking destroyed, and you would be ranked top 25 and never get in the college playoff. But play Alabama week 3. Uh, play like a Oklahoma. That's you know you got a better chance against Oklahoma than you have Alabama or West Virginia, maybe a Texas. Play some of these ranked teams that are usually up there. Florida ranked. Play some of these teams so you can get some respect in these rankings. If it was up to me, you would not even. 11's a good spot, maybe a little generous when you haven't played anybody. You don't play anybody the rest of the year. You play Navy at home, Cincy at home, and then you play at USF, which is basically at home in the same state. USF was ranked a couple weeks ago, but they fell because they don't play anybody either. I mean, you want to get respect. You want to have a chance in the national championship. Play some fucking teams. Like really, every fucking year you play nobody, and you think you should be a top 4 team in the playoffs. Yeah, get out of here. Next is college basketball. College basketball is back tomorrow. I can't be more excited. I love college basketball. Probably top sport to watch. College football is up there as well. I feel like these younger players in college trying to go to the pro level have more to prove. They fight harder and all that stuff. But it starts off with basically, I mean, there's games before this, but it starts off with the State Farm Champions Classic. You have number 10 Michigan State versus number 1 Kansas. I think that starts at around 7 o'clock. Coverage probably starts 6:30, 6 maybe on ESPN. They'll have that coverage. Kansas is a 5-point favorite. And then after that, around 9:30, depending on how long the first game goes, they have to have like that 20-minute break between for the players to warm up. You will have number 4 Duke with all those new freshmen, kind of like last year, it's a new group, versus number 2 Kentucky. Last year Duke beat Michigan State basically one-handed by Grayson Allen, as I think he put up 30 some points. This year will be different. They don't have that veteran leadership on that team. Duke basically a very, very young team. I think that will hurt them, as it did in the March Madness last year, as they don't have that veteran leadership. Definitely don't have it this year. A lot of young players, a lot of talented players, though. If I'm picking these games, I am picking Kansas. I like Kansas, and I always pick Duke. Duke's my second team behind Wisconsin. So I'm picking Duke over Kentucky. I think that will be a very good game, something to definitely watch. We will be covering the action on Twitter at Real Last Take. And the end of this all, we also have the Wisconsin Badgers basketball back at it tomorrow, 7 p.m. against Coppin State. That is definitely a winnable game. It is mark it down as a win. It should be a blowout. I hope it is. The Badgers need a rebound after a bad, very bad year last year. Brad Davison is improved. He looks to be a better shooter. He does not have that shoulder injury this year. He had surgery at the end of last year after the year. Definitely keep your eyes on him. He is definitely a starter, definitely a Big Ten player to watch. I think they need to get the ball in his hands, let him, drive to the lane, let him dish it to Hap. There's no reason this, every time I watch the Badgers, their offense is slow. embarrassing to watch. It's why they can't compete with top teams. They dribble up and they basically give it to Hap. Hap catches it way too far out. Hap is not a shooter. Cannot shoot outside the lane. He plays slow. He waits for that double team. Hap definitely needs to step up his year. He wouldn't have been drafted last year. He wouldn't have played in the NBA. He still might. He definitely needs to improve. He needs to be faster. He needs to make a move before that double team comes. But I think the Badgers will be a better team than they were last year. They're getting some guys back. Like I said, Davison's not injured. He played all year with an injury. Trice is not injured. He had a foot injury. Kobe King also got injured early last year. He was supposed to be a freshman stud. So there's definitely some players returning that can help Hap and Davison out. They will be better than last year. That is the Last Take podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Check out our website for all news, breaking news, and all that stuff. Thanks for watching and listening. Peace.